Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, and in today's video, we're going to be going over 3 NFTs I think you guys might want to take a look at. Now, of course, I can never guarantee whether or not an NFT is going to go up or down, but I think sometimes there are certain traits or qualities that make an NFT more desirable than others. So, with that being said, guys, let's get right into it. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you are new. Let's get started. So, the first project that I found that sort of comes to my mind as a decent looking project here is Bored Ape Yacht Club X Round 21 Basketball. Now, what this is actually an airdrop. So this was originally an NFT airdrop for Bored Ape Yacht Club holders. Now, this basically was given to them, thrown in their wallet on July 27th, 2021. But what this did was give them access to a limited edition physical basketball that I think recently a lot of people have just gotten. Now, when we look at the recent sales, you guys can see, there are still a decent amount of sales, not a whole ton of volume, but it has been pretty consistent. And overall, I do see this as something that could easily, at some point in the future, have a resurgence. And of course, when we look at the recent floor action, from like late December towards now, it has seen a major increase. The average sale price has gone up a great deal from November and December. So there is still some action going on with these. And again, this isn't something I think is going to 10x overnight, but maybe in a year or two, this will be worth more money than it is today. Because ultimately, Bored Ape Yacht Club is basically immortalized as an NFT. It is extremely, extremely popular, worth even more than the punks. So I think anything associated with them or airdropped by them ultimately is going to hold its value in the long run. I don't see something like this ever going to zero because ultimately anything associated with Bored Ape Yacht Club I think has a long lifespan. Now, before we go any further, guys, if you guys would like to see exactly what NFTs I am buying, including tons of behind-the-scenes access content and full access to Matt's NFT Dojo, check out my Patreon down below in the description, guys. I recently hit a 3x, a 7x, and a 10x within a 48-hour period. So if you guys would like to hopefully get in on some of those and learn what thought processes I use to find an NFT and which ones I'm particularly buying, check out the Patreon down below in the description. Now, the next project I wanted to talk about with you guys is something called Omega Orcs. Now, in full disclosure, I was paid to discuss this project, and they actually gave me 30 whitelist spots to give out to you guys. So I'm going to give you some of those away over on my Twitter with the link down below in the description and on my Patreon, like I just said down below. But like I said, guys, when it comes to sponsorships on the channel, I only take a project if I actually like it. I've received hundreds of emails and only done around 6 or 7 sponsorships in total. So definitely a very rare thing for me to do on the channel, and the reason why I picked these guys is because I genuinely like what they are trying to do here. So when we take a look at their website, the designs, the aesthetic is very cool. It's unique. It has a sort of cyberpunk kind of feel. There are very few projects that have a similar aesthetic to this, and ultimately they have a pretty cool plan in place. There's going to be the minting, of course, in February, and some kind of whitelist beforehand. But when we look at their roadmap, ultimately I like what these guys are trying to do. We have the whitelist mint, of course, and then the creation of a DAO, and that is something that, of course, most people have been interested in recently. You can rent out your DAO land. You can burn Omega for certain whitelists, and Omega is going to be their token that you can earn through staking. But ultimately, guys, this looks like something that I believe has every major characteristic of a successful NFT in place. And ultimately, that's why I responded to their email, because I like the fact that you have a DAO being created, that they're giving some of the money back to the people who are staking their NFT. They're, of course, going to be trying to grow it and, hopefully flipping some land or whatnot. They're working on the Omegaverse. So definitely a lot of cool stuff going on. And what I liked is that, again, these guys are very transparent on social media. They show their face. I did speak to Legato, and he was a very, very nice guy. I spoke to him here. So overall, I think these guys have just about every major trait in place. They're transparent. I like the project, and they do seem to have a lot of nice future plans that I think could be valuable. So again, make sure to check out the Patreon down below in the description if you guys like to get access to their whitelist. And of course, I will be giving some away in my Discord and Twitter for free as well. So again, there are a lot of different ways in which you guys can earn their whitelist, and I appreciate them giving me the opportunity to give those to you guys with the link down below in the description. Now, a final project I wanted to talk about in today's video is something called Squiggles. Now, these guys, I truly cannot figure out out. I cannot figure out how they gained this ridiculous following, but ultimately, this guy here, 307, is a Doodles fan, and Doodles are those 2D guys who are on the Ethereum blockchain, of course, right now, and that have a floor, I think, of like 7 or something ridiculous. So what this guy has done is created a sort of 3D looking collection called Squiggles, and you could just tell, I mean, this is going to probably explode in terms of value. The tweets get hyper engagement like I've never seen before, and again, 200,000 people in their Discord. I mean, this is absolutely crazy, and I'm not even attempting to get the whitelist for this, because I just don't think it's physically possible with the competition I have. But I mean, hey, if you guys got a lot of free time on your hands, this whitelist is probably worth its weight in gold, because ultimately, I've never seen a project get this level of engagement before it even comes out. I mean, these guys are at 67,000 followers, and again, I mean 27,000 retweets on their pin tweet. I truly have not seen something like this that has gotten this level of attention. So again, it's very daunting. I wish you guys the best of luck with something like this. Again, I'm not even going to try to probably get onto their whitelist, because I mean, oh my goodness, the competition here is ridiculously steep. But overall, again, I do see these guys having an appeal, because ultimately the Doodles NFT, this kind of style, with like these like cartoon, like kind of animated guys like this, ultimately this style is very popular. And again, you look at something like Doodles, which is very successful, extremely successful, and when we look at the floor price for Doodles, you guys can see, I mean, it's absolutely bonkers, a floor of 11 actually. So again, this style has been commonly replicated, but ultimately only a few of them seem to succeed, and Squiggles looks as if it will succeed based on the amount of preliminary hype that is available for it, without any real good marketing or anything like that. These guys seem to be doing everything right. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, again, if you guys like to potentially get on the Omega Orcs whitelist, make sure to check out the Patreon down below in the description, and of course, let me know out of these NFTs which is your favorite. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Matt, and I'll see you guys on the next one.